Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creative Leigh on Sunday the 5th of whatever month we're in, September, with FLOSSTUBE number 91. This is the second or third time I've attempted to record this video. First time I forgot to push record and then I'm yakking away, la la la, and the screen went blank and I realised my phone had gone to standby or hibernate or whatever because I hadn't pushed record. Then I started recording it and somehow I got onto a rant about how much people spend on their kids at Christmas, which, no, don't need to talk about that. But anyway, are the cracks starting to show? Yes, they are. I'm struggling with the lockdown and the anxiety and the fact that I haven't really seen people for 2.5 weeks. And when I do, it's over the phone or via Messenger or Teams or Zoom or FaceTime or whichever insert video chat software of your choice. Hopefully, Tuesday we go down to level 2 and we get a bit more freedom. Hopefully our case numbers continue to drop like they have the last few days. It's sad that another person's lost their life due to COVID, or no, I shouldn't say that. The person passed away while infected with COVID. And then of course late last week, with that terrible terror attack in a supermarket where an extremist with turns out a death wish, grabbed a knife in the supermarket. This is someone who was under police observation, but for whatever reason they couldn't keep him in prison or charge him, or the laws didn't make it okay. Anyway, he grabbed a knife and stabbed a whole lot of people, and just horrible news. And I admit to getting really overwhelmed late last week, and it's quite hard to hold your shit together, right, when there's all this stuff happening, but luckily I have good friends and family who I can talk to. I did find going outside and walking around on my grass with bare feet made me happy. The weather's been nice and the grass is soft, and I haven't had, it's not, I can do that. Anyway, happy Father's Day. Did I say that already? I probably did, but on this video, I'm not sure. It's Father's Day today. That's how I got onto the rant about Christmas. We're not going to do that again. I don't do holidays. You probably get that, right? I'm not a religious person, so I don't observe religious holidays for religious purposes. I just really like having days off. I'll celebrate National Pickle Day if you gave me a day off. I don't care. I'm not a religious person, so I don't celebrate Christmas. I may observe things because they're culturally observable, and again, days off. And Christmas puddings, dessert, you have pavlova and fruit salad at Christmas. But I don't really do Father's Day or Mother's Day. They're not real things. Every day is Father's Day for my father. He's so high maintenance and gets enough attention. Every day is Father's Day. But anyway, I did ring him this morning and forgot to wish him Happy Father's Day. I don't think he even knows it's Father's Day. Anyway, he's doing okay. He's not been in hospital for over a week, so that's a win. Work is hard. Work is very hard, and yeah, it's interesting. Just we've got the system problems that we have, that we're trying to support the business is hard. We'll get there, but it's painful getting there. Anyway, let's talk about some cross-stitchy stuff, right? We'll start with some stash acquisition, some new stuff into the mix. Last week you will recall that I talked about this chart 10,000 Lakes from Carolyn Manning Designs that Chris kindly gifted me. I had ordered some fabric to stitch it on from Stitch NZ in Christchurch from Elizabeth. It's just 18 count Aida, but I like it if I can not stitch on white, especially if you might want a little bit of border showing. So it's in sage green or celadon, depending on where you buy it. It has 2 names. And I think it's going to look really nice on that. Well, and you know, not having the white showing through, so it just makes me happy. So, because this is going to be stitched in DMC, and I generally don't kit up most projects that have DMC until closer to when I stitch them, I don't see the point in having lots of skeins of DMC. And a lot of it will be partial skeins, so I'll probably only buy, you know, 3 or 4 new skeins where I need close to a full skein. If I need less than half a skein of a colour, I'll probably just, you know, use it from stash. So like this rusty brown colour that's around here, you're not going to use much of that. So anyway, so where I'm getting to in a roundabout way is I consider this now kitted up because it's just 20 DMC, and this now goes into my box of kitted up things to start whenever I damn well feel like it, which may be next year. I really want to start this because I've not done a tent maker design from Carolyn before, but I also need to finish Sunset and Sunrise, which are my other 2 Carolyn Manning designs. So Discipline Leigh, I'm over halfway on both of those. I need to finish those and then I can start that. That's my rules. And I'll stick to them or I'll change my mind because I can. Then I put through an order, not because I needed to, because I wanted to, with Stitch Witch in Dunedin. They are a relatively new quilting and needlework store. They don't have a website yet, that's coming, but you can go to their Facebook page and email them or whatever. Oh, sorry, it's called Stitch Witches, plural. Here's, might not focus, but there's the little label on the back of this. So you can email them, or their Facebook page, Stitch Witches. They're in Dunedin, shop at stitchwitches.co.nz. Anyway, I bought this. I've been wanting to get this for ages. It came out last year, and it's just the ultimate sampler motifs source book from Brenda Keys, and it's filled with lots of traditional or variations on traditional sampler motifs of all sorts. And I really want to do something with this airship. Like, how cool is that, pulled by a dragon? I mean, what? It's so cute. So these designs are free to be used individually. Individual motifs are free to use, but whole pages may not be copied. So, I mean, it's got like a whole double page of churches. I'm not religious, but I love religious stuff. I love iconography and mythology and anthropology, and we live in a... I mean, there are pages and pages of houses and clocks and keys and furniture and flowers. Probably most of you have seen this, I'm like the last person to get it. And trees. It's pretty cool. So I got that. And then because you can't buy one thing on its own, I also grabbed a piece of fabric. It's XJU Designs 46 count light hazelnut linen. And why did it smells nice. It smells lovely. Actually, it smells a little bit, I don't know, like if you've ever ironed a man's shirt, a man who wears nice aftershave, and I have ironed men's shirts who have worn nice aftershave, after they've been through the wash, they always still have a little bit of the residual aftershave, and then when you iron it with a steam iron, you get this, that's what it smells like. It smells like a freshly laundered men's business shirt with a little bit of aftershave when you iron it, which is not an unpleasant smell at all. I actually really like ironing, don't tell anybody. So I used to iron my flatmate's shirts, and I'd let him do the vacuum, and I freaking hate vacuuming. So, and also he liked to, when he vacuumed, he moved furniture, and I'm like, no. We do that once every 5 years, we move furniture. So I vacuum around the furniture, but he would move furniture in rigorous and he was tall, so he had more leverage, and I'm shorter and I have tennis elbows, so vacuuming sucks. Anyway, so I would iron his shirts and he would do the vacuuming and clean the kitchen. So anyway, you know, weird, right? I'm weird. So that's what it smells like. Oh, okay, again, cracks are showing because I'm bordering on manic, and sometimes I just want to cry. It's fine. Why did I buy this? Oh, I needed some 46 count that wasn't white because I didn't want white. So I have borrowed, or rather Judith, hi Mark, has lent me Anne Morrison, and I have been trying to kit this up for ages. So she bought it with the kit. I didn't buy it, or with the kit. And I love it. I love this alphabet. I love the trees and the birds and the alphabet and this bit. I don't love the 3 rosy pinks, so I want to change the 3 rosy pinks to something else. And possibly the greens. Anyway, trying to get 103. So I want to do this in 103. So a Veriswire 103 single-stranded silk on 46 count. But changing the colours, and I probably won't stitch Anne Morrison, I'll stitch my name, because that's what I do. But 103 doesn't have a colour, there's no colour charts online. So I would be prepared to order from a digital colour chart if I could see one where I could pick 3 shades of probably slightly orangier reds, because you know me. I can't find it. So anyway, I know Stitch Witches has got some 103 in. So I've got the fabric, which I could have just waited till I got down there, but they might have sold out. Because of this colour is quite warmer, and you know, I'm gonna probably change some of the greens and I'm gonna change it anyway. I want to get it stitched. I want to give the chart back to Judith. I'm gonna take this with me. I'm going to Dunedin at the end of October, as long as we're not at level, as long as we're at level 2 or 1, we can go to Dunedin for a long weekend to get out of town and with a couple of girls. So we're gonna go to Stitch Witches, and I need to make sure I've got some money on my account, and I will try and kit it up then with the floss. Then I'll come home and stitch it. It'll probably be done before Christmas, but that's how I roll. So this fabric is for this. This is not fully kitted yet because I don't have the floss. And as soon as I get all the bits and pieces, I probably will stitch it again so I can give it back to Judith. So that is the new stuff. Okay, should we get on to stitching? I did a little bit because lockdown. First of all, I worked on my Antique Repeat Motif Borders sampler from My Treasure Island on Etsy, and I finished this. I got, what, 3/4 of it done last week. This is the mock-up. I don't know which way it got. Like, the intention and the design was to stitch the whole thing. So I've stitched this one, which is going to become a drum, and then I'll stitch this one another day. But right now, I got it finished. So it's got a slight variation in the colours. I did a bit of a swap. The orange, the reddy colour, and there's 4 colours I changed, I think. This is on that Devil fabric. The 16 count Gilded Opal Aida from Mystic Fabrics, done in DMC, partial conversion. It looks pretty stunning, right? Bold and vivid, I love it. So I finish, yay me. I will keep all the bits and pieces in this bag because I want to stitch the other one at some stage. So I consider this another all kitted back in the box I need some time. I need some time before I stitch the next one. But yeah, that is just in a little bag I made. One finished down. Then the last few days, or yesterday, I think it was, yeah, because I needed sunlight, I decided it was time to finish my little freebie, is probably not legally free sampler that I found on one of those dodgy Russian sites before I realised they were dodgy Russian sites. It's called a red sampler, and this was just to try stitching on what was supposed to be 55 count, but it turns out it's closer to 56. It's 55 by 60. It's not square, so it's a little bit longer and narrower than it should be, but I kept going with it. Yeah, so that's the only thing I've ever stitched on that higher count, and I stitched it with the Gütermann cotton in 2074. Judith gifted me this fabric last lockdown, so I think I started this about a year ago because it was just to give it a go and see if I like it project. I didn't write anything down about it, just put my initials and the year up there just because I could. There was a gap, so yeah, finished. I intend to grunge this up a little bit with some tea or coffee and give it a go, and then I'll find a little frame or make it into a little cushion, I'm not really sure. But anyway, it's pretty sweet. I did not overlock it straight, but it doesn't matter. And that is another finish. I'm down to, I counted properly, I'm down to 9 whips. And then I did a little bit of stitching on a video chat on Wednesday. And then last couple of days I picked I'm going to keep plugging away at Life After Death by Long Dog Samplers, which is on 36 count antique white linen, stitching it with Silks for You PR132, DMC 807 and Kreinik BF006. I just add the Kreinik into the crowns, and I made quite a bit of progress on that. So last time you saw this, I hadn't done this bit or all the wording. I've stitched this since, all of this, some of this. I've just got a thread there because I can't be bothered counting. I'll wait till I come across here and then work out where that goes. So yeah, a little bit of progress there. I added the crown and that up here since you last saw it. So basically, this bit, so probably about just under half of what you see I've stitched since you last saw it, and I think it looks really good. You can't see the colour, it looks just like navy on here, but when you look at it close up it's teal, and there's tealy greens and tealy blues, and it's quite pretty on the camera. On what I see on my screen it looks just kind of navy, but you know, whatever. Come visit, you'll see it on the wall in a couple of years, because it's going to go in my bedroom where Death by Cross Stitch is, so very happy with it. If you stitch one of these and you think about going back and doing the back stitching later, I really do recommend doing the back stitching at the time, because you really see it come to life with the back stitching. And people who often go, oh, I'm not going to stitch back stitching on my long dog, I think you miss out on so much. The back stitching adds a delicacy to it, and you know, the detail on the house. If you didn't do the back stitching, well, first of all, that tree would just be floating. It would have no leaves because the leaves are all back stitched. You would have no chimney, you would have no roof. This up here, you wouldn't have the cloud, you'd have this little sun just half, like, so do, well, actually, if you hate back stitching, then don't do a long dog. Don't do a project that has back stitching on it and then leave it. I think you have to have the back stitching. In my opinion, this would be weird without the back stitching drooping down. All the way here, there's, you know, the back stitching, black work and stuff, where it would just have these weird spaces. Birds would have no tails. So you do need to do it, and I think I would recommend doing it as you go, because the design truly comes to life. Whereas to come back later, I don't know. I don't have that many strong opinions about cross stitching, but I do have a strong opinion about that one. So I started out on the 1st of August, so that. So yeah, a little bit of stitching, quite a lot of stitching really, 2 finishes, whoop whoop. And I really should pick up Jacob's Motif embroidery sale for September. I've got the chart that dropped on the 1st or the 2nd in New Zealand, so we'll get that done. And then I think I need to bite the bullet and pick up Turkish tiles. So I really need to finish Turkish tiles. I've only got 1 row to do, and it's been a year since that one finished, and I really need to get it done. Like, as it was a sale, but I bought it partway through. Turkish tiles and Motif embroidery, I have to get onto those. Keep up to date with Motif embroidery. Yeah. Anyway, down to 9 whips. I will have a new start, I think. I need to check in with Karen. My friend Karen, I worked with her, and she is a local girl, and she picked up stitching again recently. Yes, it is my fault. She's been finishing some old things, so she had a finish yesterday. It's up on the New Zealand stitching Facebook group, and she finished a teddy bear picnic that she had started, you know, years ago when one of her sons was, what was for a birth sampler, I guess, or a birth from memorial, and he's, which one was it? He's 18, 17 or 18-ish. So she just finished it, so yay Karen. But her reward is she's going to start an Nora Corbett, I think, a letter, I think, for somebody, a gift, because she's really generous and she stitches for other people. And I mostly stitch for myself. Anyway, so I'm going to start one of my Nora Corbett's with her. I'm going to start one of the Bella portraits. So, and then we're going to use, I suggested if we post online, which I'm terrible at, we'll use the hashtag JustBeatIt, because who doesn't like a pun? I'm probably going to do this one because I really want to use the water lilies that's in the background. So I've had these kitted up, I've shown them already. The only things that I bought full skeins of were the skin colours, because you need quite a lot of skin on each one. And where I needed that one that I want to start has the 2 water lilies. So it has wisteria and marigold. You can probably work out which one is which. And then I bought the 4 skin tones. Was what I do like about the portraits is that every lady has a different skin colour. And then the other 3 have background colours, so I bought the solid backgrounds for them as well. Otherwise, I'll have plenty in my stash because they're not very big pieces. Yeah, so we just wait. I'm waiting for Karen to tell me when she wants to start. We're gonna do a stitch along with a beaded project, and I'm gonna do, probably start with Bella B. Just Beat It, hashtag Just Beat It. Giveaway, so I pulled, I think I had 23 lovely comments, so thank you. Most people were told me a little bit about where they want to go away to. The keyword was away, because I finished this last week, Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs, and I picked a name. I'm going to put it up on the screen. It is Darth Vader Stitcher, so basically she wants to get away from teaching her son algebra during lockdown, so I hear ya. The only find the value of X is when it's a cross stitch on your page, right? So congratulations. I'll message you back on your comment from last week. Find me an email to my email, it's in the doobly-doo, and let me know where to post that to. So congratulations, Darth Vader Stitcher. Got 2 charts to go out in the mail this week once we go to level 2. I need to go and buy envelopes. So sorry it's been a bit, I'm scattered. I'm not really sorry, this is what it is. I'm a bit scattered. It's been a lot going on, and a lot and nothing, right? And thank goodness for stitching, really. I'm gonna go. Thanks for coming along on my crazy journey. I hope you enjoyed my little update, and keep safe. Find joy in your stitching, and as always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.